Hello and welcome to the first official episode of my brand new show. The Weekly Toast goes live every Monday at 8 AM here on YouTube. So why not grab a mug of your favourite morning beverage, make some breakfast, and enjoy my weekly roundup of video gaming highlights. In today's episode, Deep Rock Galactic enters Season 5 with a bang. A free new Elden Ring patch is dropping one day ahead of its upcoming DLC. Flamekeeper releases into 1.0 on Steam this week, and Switch users can get their hands on this title in a couple of weeks. And finally, I dive into my experiences with the latest roguelike deck builder Zet Zillions and the ultimate co-op space adventure available on Steam, Void Crew. Right, let's get the ball rolling with one of the biggest updates to a legendary indie game. Deep Rock Galactic has entered its 5th season, bringing brand new content including a new mission type, the expansion of secondary objectives, brand new in-mission encounters, and of course, a free season pass filled with lots of cosmetics and resources to unlock. Known for its incredibly wholesome community, DRG is, in my opinion, one of the greatest early access indie games to release in the last decade. Originally launching in 2018, the game captured an audience extremely fast, and before people knew it, rock and stone was a well-established way of life. Over the years, DRG has grown into one of the most replayable, procedurally generated games on the market, and its latest update brings even more quality to an already well-polished game. The new mission type, Deep Scan, requires players to search for gemstone nodes, call in a machine to help scan them, and then encourages players to hop onto a giant, vertically descending platform that brings with it a chaotic wave of enemies that players must fend off until reaching the required depth within Hoxie's 4. Once you've reached your destination, you roam a beautifully crystallized bedrock in search for Morkite seeds. After depositing these seeds in your forever trusty molly, the platform opens up a series of panels, and the best feature of this mission type is now usable. Jet boats! Ascend to the heavens at rapid speed, making your way back up the already drilled out tunnel and get to the drop pod in order to evacuate and return back to the space station. This alone is a fantastic mission experience. Now, pair that with all new enemy types that have been added into the game that appear during the new Core Stone event that is discoverable during a mission. And the fact that there are new weapon overclocks to find, and attached to an already incredibly fun arsenal of weapons, Ghost Ship games continue to surprise and delight me with fresh ideas that always make my return to Deep Rock Galactic enjoyable and memorable. I highly recommend you check out Deep Rock Galactic, it's well worth adding to your gaming collection. Now, let's talk Elden Ring. On February 2022, From Software gave birth to the biggest and most successful Souls-like game to be played on planet Earth. Elden Ring boasts a gloriously huge open world in which players can roam freely and explore wherever they wish, encountering giant colossal creatures and memorizing a handful of battle patterns. The Tarnished will dodge, fight, and spell sling their way to beating a now well-established, action-packed roster of baddies. From Software have recently announced that Elden Ring will receive a brand new update on June 20th, which is the day before the massively anticipated Shadow of the Erdtree DLC launches. One of the most noticeable features of this new patch is that newly obtained items will be marked with an exclamation icon. And they've added a new inventory tab called Recent Items, in which players will see all of the recent loot that they've pocketed. In other news, there are 5 new hairstyles to also choose from in this update. You can use these whenever you wish, either during your character creation or when you're remaking your character later on. This feature adds a little sprinkle of flavor to your hero's appearance, and any additions to a game like this are always a positive in enhancing your personalized character experience. Absolutely everybody is looking forward to Shadow of the Erdtree. Elden Ring's DLC is releasing on June 21st, and I cannot wait for the internet to explode with hype as players get their hands on the DLC and breathe even more life into an already established masterpiece. Moving on, let's take a look at an action roguelike that I covered earlier this year and thoroughly enjoyed. That game in question is Flamekeeper. Flamekeeper is a dynamic action roguelite that sees you restore the eternal flame, stolen by creatures of shadow. Fight through a gallery of monsters in diverse biomes using fiery combat skills and upgrade your abilities to move smarter and hit harder as your game progresses. This title is releasing into 1.0 on Steam on June 17th, bringing with it a fun campaign with roughly 12 hours of content that spans across 4 very distinct biomes. It contains a full story and hosts a wide variety of powers to upgrade and enjoy. I absolutely love this game and plan to cover it in the near future, so watch this space for my 1.0 first impressions of the game real soon. And now, I'll share with you my latest gaming experience with a wonderfully funny roguelike deck building game, Zet Zillions. Raw Fury's latest published title is a single-player roguelike deck builder that requires players to build on a predetermined deck of cards and battle their way across the galaxy whilst outrunning a big evil. As you outrun this big baddie, your plan is simple. Grow in power by obtaining stronger cards. Find items to boost your character's capability to fight during each encounter, and discover ways to morph your cards into huge game-breaking abilities that could sway the fight in your favor. I was recently challenged by Daredrop to win 10 battles in this game using less than 7 cards, and I must say that the game was already amazing fun with a large deck of cards. However, I can confirm that even with less cards, you can pull off some wacky, wonderful combos and unleash massive devastation upon your enemy, and it's satisfying. It's very good fun. This proves to me that there is a wide variety of playstyles, game mechanics to understand, and intricate combinations that players can discover, making Zet Zillions a hugely replayable game. I loved the humorous narration throughout, the voice acting is totally on point, and the game runs as smooth as butter. Zet Zillions, beautiful game, well worth a look at. And last but by no means least, this week I experienced the best co-op space adventure game ever. Let's take a look at Void Crew. Void Crew is a 1 to 4 player space exploration game designed to put players in charge of their own spacecraft and encourages them to explore uncharted parts of the universe. The concept is simple. You choose a ship, attach weapons and modules that you desire, and finally select a mission that you want to go and achieve. Within this mission, you will do a handful of tasks, void jumping from place to place until you've cleared all objectives that are required of you to do. The game has recently received Update 4, which adds a roguelike mode, and this, I believe, is where the game truly shines. This newly added experimental roguelike mode allows players to experience an ever-evolving mission that grows in difficulty as you progress. You and your crew will embark on one mission to begin your journey, and depending on the success of that mission, you either find lots of upgrades and resources to build up your ship, or you barely scrape out the sector alive and you get chased off by the enemy, fleeing for your life to die another day. I invited a couple of the Toasty crew to join me on stream this past week, and we loved every second of the game. So many amazing moments happened as we traveled through space, and there were so many moments that were hilariously terrifying as we were trying to figure out how to survive a wave of enemy fighter ships that were constantly bombarding us from all angles. The game graphics are gorgeous, the way in which it plays is fantastically unique. Void Crew is an incredible experience, and I highly encourage you to check out the game on Steam. Okay, ladies and gents, let's pause. It's that time of the week where I remind you that the Epic Game Store freebies have changed. This week, you can claim Redout 2 and Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms They're hosting an epic exclusive pack that you can go and claim, so go grab it. There'll be links in the video description, so go and claim them, and why not give them a bash? And that's it for this first episode of the Weekly Toast. If you enjoyed this video, then drop a like, subscribe if you're new here, and come watch me play all sorts of variety video games over on Twitch. Social and stream links are below in the video description. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.